Dun 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 dun. Got a cue for the good stuff here at Kabum Baru. We've solved the mystery. The noodles on the left are shengyan, and that doughy substance on the right is the mian feng guo. Look at that tub of ikan bilis. Here we have, and I'm joined today by Ronald Chun, rising senior, freshly arrived from Jordan. Ronald, what do you have here?
I have here a bowl of fishball noodles. I went up to the auntie and I said to give me your most famous dish over here, and this is what we get. So it's handmade noodles and fishball noodles with some meat. Excellent,
excellent. And I have something that I've never had before, I don't think, or they've never quite seen. You see over there the pink sign, still with the epic Q. Right, we have shengyan and then mian feng guo. And I asked the guy what the difference is, and he explained that the mian feng guo is the block of noodles that they could shave off with a knife and make them so thick, handmade ones. But everyone in front of me was getting the other version, which is the shengyan like this, so that's what we did too. It's finally here, a tribute to Ang Mo Kyo Gastronomy, Food Center 1 of 9. Let's do it. We have intel that Kabum Baru here is the oldest of the food centers, at least in this part of Ang Mo Kyo. Now we're going over to Kabum Baru version 2. Here we are at the other Kabum Baru market, very small one. The market's over on the left-hand side. We only have this row of cooked food stalls. And this time we have baked goods, cream cheese raisin. What's this one, Ronald?
It's just cheese.
Just cheese.
And this is chicken satay.
Chicken satay bun.
All recommended by the auntie.
All recommended, very good. And then we have here, for the first time on this series, a Singapore classic. You know what this is? Singaporeans certainly will know, and for the folks at home who aren't familiar, this is nasi lemak, and nasi lemak means either coconut rice or cream rice. Is the rice here
coconut, right?
Coconut. Well, the mak can be translated different ways.
Okay.
So I've had this conversation. The mak, I mean, conventional wisdom is coconut, but you also could translate it almost as fat rice or cream rice because they're synonymous at one point. So, but anyway, yes, nasi lemak. So coconut rice, cucumber, fried chicken, luncheon meat. Right, this one, right, like Spam. Peanuts with ikan bilis, sambal, fried egg. Hello, Iga Michael Jackson, Peng Dabao. Okay, here we are on our way to block 724, Ang Mo Kyo Avenue 6 for meal number 3 of the day. It's around 9:30 in the morning. Ronald here with our soybean mixed with chin chow, aka Michael Jackson. History of food centers. Ronald, should we talk about this?
Yeah. Tell me what you know about the history of hawker centers in Singapore.
It's simple. Street food is chaotic in Thailand, in Malaysia, in Indonesia. Singapore wants delicious street food, but we want it to be a little more clean and orderly. So in the 60s and 70s, the government moves the hawkers off of the street corners and off of the vacant lots and wherever else they were, and then builds these wonderful covered food centers with seating, with piped-in gas, with electricity, and moves them back into these food centers, and this would be the model of delicious but sanitary and well-ordered Singapore street food. On the way to meal number 3, Ang Mo Kyo with a tomato next to it. This raises the question, what does Ang Mo Kyo actually mean? When I first moved here, the explanation I got, Ang Mo Kyo means white person or Caucasian bridge. Kyo means bridge, that's for sure. Ang Mo could mean red hair, does mean red hair, and hence white person. But then there's also the tomato explanation. There's also an explanation involving rambutans. Look at the ducting. Okay, Yong Tau Fu, what are we picking? We're gonna pick out fried stuff. This might be meat roll. Then we're gonna have tau pok, right? This is tau pok, which you stuff, right? So Yong Tau Fu is stuffed tofu, right? So you can get fish ball, let's get some fish ball, get some mushroom, but then the whole point is right down here. You see this, right? This is actually Yong Tau Fu or Nyang Dou Fu. And then we can get a fried fish ball. Do I want that? Not really. Fish cake. Right over here. So on the other side are the things that I really like. We have bitter gourd, ladyfingers, and chilies, all stuffed with fish paste, and that's the stuff you want. But you get the fried, the crispies up top too. So you see on top you have the least healthy things. In the middle you have moderately, and down below a mix. But here we go. So right, so ladyfinger is classic. Bitter gourd is classic. Chili is classic. Prickly acclaimed Yong Tau Fu. A demon bowl of laksa Yong Tau Fu. What do we have? That's tau pok. This is eggplant, brinjal. What do we have here? Laksa leaf, right? Somewhere in here we have bean curd skin stuffed with fish. We have chili. We have, which one is this? Can't even tell anymore. Down there's the bitter gourd, all in what looks like a very thick and lovely laksa gravy. This is starting to get a little bit tough. See how much laksa Yong Tau Fu we have there? That's quite a lot. Very big bowl, rich gravy, a lot of fried stuff. Gotta get serious. Okay, block 724, that was delicious. Onwards for trekking through the blocks. Getting closer, getting closer. Check out these upgraded lifts. Sleepy Ang Mo Kyo block. Ronald reminds me to let you know that this is the constituency of our current Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong. Closing in. Stay on target. Stay on target. Stay on target. What a spacious and breezy food center. This is a great aesthetic. You go in here and you see it's a little claustrophobic in the middle aisle, but on the two aisles on the outside, you really have a lot of room to work, which is wonderful. Just have to squeeze through here. It's a little tight. But then you get into the middle. Look at these fun things. Fish soup uncle getting it done. Veggies. Goes for the broth. Here we are at block 628, Ang Mo Kyo Street 61, with our guide, Jia Rong, and our guide, Daryl. Jia Rong is an Ang Mo Kyo native, and Daryl goes to church around here, so they know this place very well. And we also have with us Ronald from this morning, Ronald Chun, Rising Senior, Jane Chun, Rising Junior, and Dinesh, Rising Senior. And we have food and coffee. First, food. So Jia Rong, tell us about famous, delicious food here at Ang Mo Kyo.
Right. Okay. So this is from the duck rice stall. It's all the way down. Yeah, on that side.
Yeah, long queue over there.
It's one of the few stalls here that actually open like the entire day from morning to night. So most stalls here actually take a break in the afternoon, in between the lunch and dinner periods. But for them, they work all the way. And so even at like 3 plus 4 p.m, you can see them still having a queue. And it's really very good. So this is a combination of the duck, the roast pork, and the barbecue pork. And the duck is especially famous, and the sausage, I forgot about that. The Chinese sausage, lak chong. And the duck is especially famous because sometimes roast duck can either become too dry or it can be too smelly when it's not roasted enough. And this is, at least I feel, is a very good balance. So that's for the roast meat dish. This over here is a fish soup. They relocated here, I think, about 8 to 9 years ago.
That stall right there, right? Yep, that one.
Yeah. So what happens is, unlike most other fish soup stalls, they actually put in a bit of XO alcohol in their soup. Yeah. And so this makes it like very fragrant. In that sense, it's a bit sweeter than what you expect from most other fish soup stalls. But this, as in, I'm quite a fan of fish soup, and I can say that this is probably the best fish soup I have eaten in Singapore, and therefore I'm also possibly quite biased because I live very close to here and I always come here for lunch. Yep. This is the vegetarian bihun. It's different from the normal economical style bihun that you get from those $2 shops because those are a bit browner, the taste is a bit stronger. This is completely vegetarian, so it's a bit lighter and you can see the colors is also a bit different.
12 kopis. First off, kopi of course means coffee. Folks at home, if you don't know, kopi and te are coffee and tea in this country. You see over here, Hua Fat Coffee Stall, extremely generous uncle, took about 10 minutes to make us every version, not every permutation, there are about 200 if you factor in sugar, milk, more strong, ice, takeaway, but we did 12 representative kopis so that you have a sense of every possible thing you can do with kopi in the food center, besides ordering it extra hot, which I don't even know about. So here, the first one, if you simply say kopi, you get this, which is coffee with condensed milk, some sugar, and a little bit of water. This is Uncle's right here. Uncle, thank you so much for this, for explaining all of your kopis. Right, so kopi, you just say kopi, you only need one word, and you get this one, right? But then this one, we say kopi o. Right, kopi o means with sugar but no milk, right? So you see it's black, but it's still sweet. Still sweet, right, Uncle? No, that's true, it's true. I'll come, I think it's true, right? That's kopi o, okay? This one, kopi si. Now, this is confusing, because when I first moved, I figured that kopi si meant kopi with condensed milk. Wrong, right? It means with evaporated milk, and the C stands for Carnation, the brand of evaporated milk, not condensed milk. So kopi has condensed, C has evaporated. Totally confusing. Those are the three basics. But then we move over here. Kopi sudai. This is important for health. Kopi sudai is the one with less sugar. Okay, so you get still condensed milk, but less sugar in there. Sometimes, auntie, your uncle, they just put a ton of sugar in anyway. You order sudai, it's still super sweet. But ideally, it's a little less sweet. This one, kopi o gadai, more sweet. This is something to avoid, ideally. But do what you want. Do what you want. Kopi si. What? Where'd it go? Kopi si kosong. Very good. Yes. Okay. So kosong, the Malay word for zero, meaning no sugar. So kopi si, it has evaporated milk because it's carnation again. No sugar. So let's sweet this one, right? Then kopi gao. Gao means extra strong. So we have condensed milk, sugar, but the proportion of intense coffee concentrate, it's fresh made, but there's a concentrated version. You add less water to dilute it in kopi gao, okay? Then we go over here, kopi o po. Po means less strong, so you add more water to dilute and less of the coffee concentrate. That's po, and this is kopi o, right? So there's no milk in it. That's why it's black, right? But then there's also sugar because we didn't say kosong, right? So there's sugar, no milk, less strong. Okay, this one, kopi te lo. This is kopi insanity. No dilution. It's only the pure coffee concentrate. All of the other ones have a little bit of hot water in it, even kopi gao. But this is kopi super gao. Kopi te lo. Right? Then, kopi o kosong te lo. This is pure undiluted coffee because we ordered it o, which means no milk. We ordered it kosong, which means no sugar. And we ordered te lo, which means not diluted. This is just straight out of the big fat pot where they mix up the concentrate straight into the cup. Nothing else. Then, final permutation, of course, iced or not. All of these things can be ordered peng, right? Mandarin, you say bing. Dialect, you say peng. So anything you can say da 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 peng. That's this one. And then finally, da bao. Can order takeaway if you want and sip it right out of the bag. Starting to feel it. Feeling the boost. Our friends have left us an amazing lunch, and Ronald and I are here with our leftover kopi. We have a lot of kopi to drink. At some point, we're going to have to get takeaway bags and then just mix the black coffee, all the kopi o variations, and then mix all of the regular kopi with milk variations, and then take it away to Hawker Center number 5. We're on the move to block 162, Market and Food Center, and we have our coffee dabao, not wasting a single drop. Other than the jackhammering, it's really very peaceful out. I thought this one had a different name. It's Mayflower. This one may be more of a morning market. We have to get in there and catch things before it starts to shut down. Here at Mayflower, it's more of a morning market, but we made it with enough stalls still open. We're doing just fine. Here on the left, a Zhucha classic hot songai or prawn paste chicken. Zhucha is basically just stir-fried Chinese food, hot wok, cook, all sorts of things. Over here, Ipo hor fun. Hor fun is this kind of noodle. You see that one? Right, so that's the thin little hor fun. and add chicken feet.
We were in the previous hawker center with our 12 cups of coffee, and there were two ladies that were sitting beside us. They were pointing at our coffee, talking about us. I find it funny, you know, I can travel halfway around the world to Jordan and I can understand what people are saying in Arabic, or in India I can understand Hindi. But here in Singapore, where I was born, I couldn't understand a single thing that they were saying because they were speaking in Cantonese, and I understand Hokkien and Teochew, but not Cantonese.
On the road again. I was born a traveling man. Techie Court. Now we gotta see if there's anything still open. This might be a morning market. The journey continues at Techie Court number 6 for the day, and guess who's shown up? It's Vasuda, rising sophomore, here enjoying curry rice with, what do we have? Prawn, cabbage, mutton, chicken from these guys. On our way to number 7, under the North-South Line tracks. Big number 7, Techgie Square, Ang Mo Kio Avenue 10 is open for business. First up, Hawker Western. This is black pepper chicken chop. You see, Hawker Western is its own category of hawker food. It's not Western food in a hawker center. It's Hawker Western. You have things like pork cutlet, chicken chop, lamb chop. This Western stall right over there is the famous one in the food center, we're told. And this chicken chop is absolutely delicious. And then we have a whole chicken they call spring chicken, and then chicken wings as well. Yeah, so half dabao, half eating here. We just finished meal number 7 at Techie Square 409, Ang Mo Kio Market and Food Center. And a quick detour to neighboring Toa Payoh to meet Min and Sean. Min just helped us order. Min, say hi.
Oh, hi.
This is the fabulous Min. That's the fabulous Sean. We are in Min's territory, Toa Payoh. Min is a rising junior and a real hero. Sean is a rising senior and a real hero also. We've been with Ronald all day, but there's Ronald still. Holy moly.
Wow.
We are all in disbelief that somehow we're eating fish head curry now, but what a beautiful thing. And Min is going to tell us all about it, both the stall and the fish head.
So this stall, curry rice and fish head, has been around for a really long time, and I've eaten it since I was 14 years old. When I was 14, I used to eat it every single day. Not the fish head, the mixed dishes. And the nice thing about the food here is that it's very homely, and hopefully everyone here, including Austin, will enjoy it.
No doubt at all. And we confirmed with Min, as you see, the head of the fish over there doesn't look like it has any curry on it. And that makes sense because this is Chinese style curry fish head, where you can steam the fish separately and then put it into curry later. This contrasts with Indian style, which typically you cook the fish head in the curry. Guess who's here? Shane and Tanesh back in action. Oh, we're starting to get full here, but this is so delicious. We'll hang in there. We'll hang in there. We are on the cusp of greatness. Chong Boon Food Center, number 9, coming right up. Time for 2 classics at Chong Boon. Oyster egg and satay. Look at the oyster egg action, look at the oyster egg action.
What a cool sign. What a cool place, what a day.
Now you're not gonna believe who joined the party for oyster egg, Mr. Texture himself, John Richards and Alistair. John, how do you feel about oyster egg?
It's not even in my top 10.
Eat it, eat it, eat it. Alistair, feed it to him. Yeah. Oh,
There you go.
Do it for us. Yeah, it's hot and has a weird texture.
Cold, that would be real bad.
Ronald and I concur. This is one of the best oyster eggs we've had. You see how that oyster glistened and jiggled? Look at it.
Smells
Barely
like
cooked.
the sea.
Barely
Looks
cooked.
like the sea.
Whoa.
I know it tastes
Ronald,
like the
go
sea.
for it. Eat it. What a beautiful sign. What a beautiful evening. Walking from number 9 to number 10. We're on the move. We're almost there. We made it. The Chung San Market and Food Center. 10 of 10. The last food center in Ang Mo Kio. All 9 complete and 1 in Toa Payoh, courtesy of Min Lim. And look who we have here. It's Crystal and Peter, fresh from the climbing wall. They're famished, which is good because Ronald Vasada and I are not. But we'll still eat because it's choo-choo porridge. It's the first time featured on our little program. So check this out. We have a variety of dishes. We have little baby sotong, we have salted egg, we have bitter gourd, we have steamed fish, we have fish cake, and we have peanuts over there. But the key thing here, let's zoom in on our porridge. So folks at home, you're probably familiar with, I mean, if you're not familiar with choo-choo porridge, you see that the rice grains are very separate. Let's get a spoon, right? So you look at this and you see that there's water and then very separate rice grain. It does not look the same at all as Cantonese porridge, right? Which we call kanji, right? So if you order porridge, usually, right, it's the creamy kind, but choo-choo kind not like this. You have the water, you have the rice, and it's separate like this. Very different. We sprinted the last 30 meters to make sure that we made it to Cheongsan Market and Cook Food Center before it closed. In fact, we didn't need to. They've been open for the past hour, and we've enjoyed dessert, we've enjoyed choo-choo porridge, we've enjoyed seafood soup. And this is it, the sign-off. 10 for 10, 9 in Ongmo-kyo, all 9 in a single day, and a wonderful detour to Toa Payoh. I can't believe it, an absolute thrill. That's all I have to say.